Hello, I am excited to announce I've developed all new cases for all the keyboards that we carry in the store. And the best part is, since I'm only using open source keyboards following their standard design, that means all these cases are compatible with their counterparts. So if you've got, for example, a Lily 58 Pro or a Korn 4.1 like what I've got in front of me, these cases are compatible with them. What did I do? What's different? Well, let's start with a Korn since it's right in front of me, one of my personal favorite keyboards. Now, for one, you'll notice that this top plate looks different. Well, this is 3D printed. I was testing this out, and I actually really like the way this looks. We now offer in the store 3D printed top plates or FR4 plates. I may be doing some other types of material in the near future. Watch the store for that, but just want to bring that out from the first and foremost. Now, with old case designs, the way the cases work is you would have screws in the bottom, and these screws would be screwed into pillars on the top, and then you would be able to mount your keyboard that way. I was using other open source keyboard designs because I didn't know how to make my own at the time, but I finally learned through the power of awesome FreeCAD how to make it. I'll probably make a video on this at some point, but I redeveloped starting with the Korn 4.1 because, again, one of my favorite keyboards, a brand new case. So this case is low profile, and you'll notice here I'm using heat inserts on all the keyboards, so there's no more screws at the bottom. The other benefit is with these pockets, I'm trying to get this as low profile as possible. So you'll see like the USB port is flush with the bottom of the case. That's because there's only 2mm clearance on here. And that's because the parts on the bottom of the keyboard are only 2 mils in height. So that means your keyboard is nice and flush with the bottom of the case. I also added in holes so you can easily access the reset button and boot button. It's kind of hard to see with the camera, probably easier to see through here, so you can reach them with a little reset like a paper clip or something, just a little small piece. I love the looks of these. I thought they turned out fantastic. I'm a huge fan of 3D printed cases because I personally think it gives a much more professional, much more, as long as the prints are in good quality, granted, much better feel for the keyboards. So I'm excited about that. But I didn't just do it for the Korn. Like I said, I redid it for all of them. So like for the sweep here, I made it to where it's easier to get to the on-off switch. Now before we had a lip here that kind of blocked that switch. And then again, heat inserts, which makes this super thin. I love that. It makes it ultra low profile. So that's the new sweep case for our new keyboards, like the Korn Kit keyboard that we just launched, which we'll have videos out for it. I designed its own case. Nice little swooping design here. Plenty of clearance around the TRS jack. And then just, again, try and make it as thin as possible. And a nice flat bottom. Now you might be wondering, some people I mentioned they don't care for the texture on the bottom. I love the texture on the bottom because, for one thing, it grips your rubber feet so much better. If you want to get this even thinner, you can use like rubber tape that you can get off of Amazon. I've been looking into that because I thought about just putting in, instead of using the little dots, maybe do a strip on each side. That way it gets it even lower, because these are only a couple mil in height, but hey, every millimeter counts, you know what I mean? And then here's the case for the Softly. Now this is me testing the board, making sure the fit and finish looks good. You'll notice again, with all the kit keyboards, you'll notice this little pillar here. So what this is for is support of the MCU. So when you have, and all the kits have this, I wanted to keep it flush. So you'll notice it doesn't bend at all. When I was first messing with this, I had some space there I didn't have that support there, and it made the board flexible there. And I wanted to make sure that it was solid all the way through and doesn't push down anywhere. That way you have a nice thin case, but a solid one. So not only do the pillars support the board, but all of your sockets where you're punching down on your keys are supported by the bottom plate. So it makes for a nice, solid, very flush, very thin, and very flat design, which is something I really like about it. I love the heat inserts. I'm really glad I switched to that, because I feel like, again, it makes the cases so much more, I don't know, it just makes the feel so much better to me. I really want to focus on high quality designs and stuff, and have them nice and polished. I mean, there's some keyboards that use the stacked layer. I was thinking about doing those, but I just think this looks so much better. I mean, look at this corn. I love it with the nice thin bevel, how well that, I'll be honest, I was quite proud of myself for being a new CAD user and being able to get these sockets lined up so well. The first shot, I had to play with it a little bit, mind you. I shouldn't say I got it on the first shot. I had to, just a little bit maneuver here and there, but you know, as my father always said, measure twice, cut once. I think I measured these about 6 different times before I finally said, okay, let's print it and test it. But I love the look of these new cases. I hope you do too. They are available on the Turkey Boards GitHub. I'm going to be publishing all of them. So if you want to print your own, you can. If you have access to a 3D printer or want to use a 3D printing service, the STLs are out there. Just check this out on the Turkey Boards GitHub page. I'm going to be publishing these as I can. Most of them are already out there or process of being out there. But the best part is, with these new case designs, you notice all my cases here are black. Well, I'm happy to say, not anymore. This is the other thing I love about 3D printing. You can now order multiple different types of colors from me. So I've got blue, I've got white, I've got a nice gray color if you want something besides black, obviously. That made a whole lot of no sense. I've got green, I've got orange, and I've got red. And I'm thinking about adding some more colors depending on how popular this is. So depending on what gets ordered, and if you print these off for your keyboard, please share pictures. Go to the Turkey Boards subreddit, go on, join our Discord group, share your pictures. I love seeing what everybody does with their keyboards. But it's so neat when I see people do stuff and how they make it their own. I just love that about this hobby. So please share your pictures, join our communities. And if you're looking for a nice open source keyboard, you can now customize it even more, because I can print not just the cases, but I'm also offering the top plates if you want those 3D printed in all of the same colors. So you can have a red case with a gray top if you want, or however way you want it. Just keep in mind, all my boards right now are going to be black. So what I thought would be kind of neat is have an orange case with the black. I think that just looks cool. And obviously this is not the case for the sweep. This is a swoop case that I printed. But you can really mix and match colors if you want to now through the store, or print it off yourself. If you've already got the keyboard, print it off, and I think you'll be really happy with the fit and finish. As long as you have a good quality 3D printer and it's aligned properly, these come out, as you could tell, they come out looking really, really nice. So please be sure to like and subscribe, and thank you as always for watching.